I'm not sure where I should be. You know, and that just comes down to the personnel you've got on the pitch. It's not something that he's ever had in his game where he chases back. He's much more of an attacking threat than he is a defensive one. But since they've got the ball out with Milner again, Liverpool have had more domination.
Milner's corner, flighted high into the penalty area, headed down and wide, and another corner's being given. And it was Wijnaldum who met it, but there was a deflection on the way through.
Oh, well, the Liverpool players are absolutely adamant. There was a little push there when it came in there. McTominay was picking him up. His arms are all over him. He's headed in. It came off the chest of McTominay out for another corner. But certainly, as we've seen midweek when Manchester City played,
Milner's corner high into the penalty area once again, and appeals from both teams for pushing and pulling, and in the end the ball has gone behind.
Yeah, I think it was Matip and Lukaku. Well, just going back to the Schalke game against Manchester City, and City penalty was given against them where Fernandinho was grabbing. Well, what's the difference there when you see what McTominay was doing? It was McTominay again, he was involved at the near post with Matip.
And here is the Liverpool change, Don McGuinness.
Well, it is the captain Jordan Henderson who's going to make way for Shaqiri for the a very interesting last 19 minutes or so. Shaqiri just had his final word from Klopp, and he will replace Henderson.
Well, Shaqiri, of course, scored twice in the game at Anfield, won the game for Liverpool, which hastened the departure of Jose Mourinho. And Henderson applauds the Liverpool supporters as he strides off. Doesn't look too happy, but no player wants to leave this sort of game. And we have 19 minutes to play. Can Shaqiri be the difference for Liverpool once again?
Well, Klopp wasn't happy because he brought off Henderson, and Henderson didn't shake hands with him, and then Klopp just went in as he was trying to go and sit down Henderson and just pulled him back and said, look, and had a little word with him. You know, obviously make the change to try and win the game. It's not always about a individual. He thinks Shaqiri at this stage of the game is a better option going forward for Liverpool. I'll go back to you really need. I mean, Wijnaldum's going back into that position. I don't think you need two players sitting when you're away at Old Trafford and Manchester United are struggling with a bit of fitness. You should be pushing men forward now to go and get a winner.
Have Liverpool look like a team who are good enough to win this game in the second half?
Yes. I think I've got to give United credit, you know, with limitations because of the fact that Rashford isn't moving freely. They are down in numbers, I think, from that point of view. But they've worked hard, kept the shape, frustrated Liverpool. But Liverpool are going for the title, Nigel. It's up to them to be the aggressors.
18 minutes to play. Shaqiri has been fouled by Shaw, and it will be a free kick for Liverpool deep inside their own territory.
I wonder if that's just a subtle change that he's made with Sturridge coming over the right-hand side, and Salah, as I said before, when he looks a little bit more threatening, being in a more central position. It'll pose a question for Luke Shaw, because he's been man marking Salah. He can't go all the way in the air. He has to leave that up to Lindelof or Smalling to pick him up.
And it's clipped forward now, looking for Milner, deep inside the penalty area. Can he deliver the cross? No, he can't. The ball gathered pace off the turf and spins behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, but look at Alexis Sanchez. He's absolutely blown at the moment, isn't he? And that's him just tracking back once to pick up Milner, who's run in behind him. Liverpool should be doing that constantly now. You should be testing, and you can just see Sanchez saying to his teammates, just slow down a little bit, calm down a little bit. He needs to get a breather. Just come back. It's just because he's not, his fitness levels isn't quite what they should be because he's not had much match practice.
17 minutes to play. 17 huge minutes in the Premier League season. Live on TalkSport. Liverpool chasing the title. Manchester United looking to cement their position inside the top four. Liverpool set to finish above United for the third time in 6 seasons, but this is the year when they believe they should be title contenders. But now Pogba brings it forward, but only finds Matip on the edge of the penalty area, who elegantly sweeps the ball clear and then wins it back once again. But Fabinho has fouled Pogba, and it's a free kick to Manchester United, 35 yards out centrally.
I've got to be honest with you now, seeing you give away silly free kicks like that, needless free kicks like that, will normally lead to something. And Fabinho comes in, makes a challenge on Pogba, who's going absolutely nowhere. And he just dangled his leg out there. Never going to win the ball. Cheap free kick to give away, and a chance for Ashley Young to deliver the ball in. And the deliver might leave it him and Pereira over the ball at the moment. But the two that he's delivered in have resulted in headers on target, but both the players were offside. Pogba one and Alexis Sanchez the other. They're actually going to be Shaw with his left foot.
Shaw with a first-time delivery. High to the far post. Smalling across the face of goal. It's deflected in, but the flag's up. And it won't count.
But once again, here's that ball delivered in. Who's picking up? No one. Liverpool are really struggling with that delivery. That's 3 occasions United players have gone. Why did they keep going early to be caught offside?
Well, it was Matip who got the final touch into his own net.
Yeah, but I think it's Smalling's the one who's offside when the ball's played. Manny's picking him up. Yeah, he's offside. Once again, the decision from the assistant is absolutely 100% right. Manny was picking up Smalling. There's a mismatch straight away. Manny just let him run. It was a bit of good fortune that he was caught offside.
15 minutes to play. Still 0-0 on TalkSport. The Carabao Cup final coming up at 4:30. Lukaku wide on the far side. Good strength from him. He digs out the cross, but Alisson rises above Rashford to claim. And he quickly bowls it out to the halfway line, but Salah loses out quickly to Smalling, who then wins it a second time. Here is Sanchez, scoop wide to the left, and Pogba, who is onside this time. Shaw on his outside. Pogba comes in field, but only picks out the run of Joel Matip, and Liverpool will clear, and they have a throw-in eventually on this near side.
Yeah, I've just seen Klopp having a word with Salah, just to say, look, you want to protect the ball better than that. He's given it away far too easily. I mean, for all that he's done at Liverpool, this is the time when you need Salah to step up and show this ability that he's got.
Robertson, wide towards Mane for Liverpool. Down the left-hand side, 3 wait for the cross. Mane tries to deliver it, was deflected possibly, and he went right through the 6-yard area and out for a throw into Liverpool on this near side.
I think it came off Ashley Young, didn't it? Lovely play from Mane. First time he's went 1v1 against Young, delivered into a decent area, but once again, no Liverpool player coming into the back post.
14 minutes to play. Goalless on TalkSport. Shaqiri finding Fabinho once again. Now Shaqiri low into the penalty area for Salah with his back to goal. Shaw was stronger for the umpteenth time, and now Sanchez has been caught on the corner of the penalty area by Milner, and it will be a free kick to United, and Milner of course on a yellow card.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's much in that, to be honest. I think Alexis Sanchez just making the most of the challenge that came in. I don't think there was a great deal in it, but Shaw once again excellent, stood up nice and solid against Salah there. He tried to just control it and turn him. Shaw read it exceptionally well, got into a good covering position to clear the danger, and then you've seen Milner coming in and making that challenge on Alexis Sanchez and giving away another silly free kick when Sanchez was under pressure to clear it.
13 minutes to play. The full-time third in with Ray and Russ Williams coming up on TalkSport 2 at the end of this game. 08717 223344. Sanchez with a cross, which Liverpool will clear once again, but it's a rather unconvincing clearance from Fabinho, and Lukaku fouls Mane on the far side, and it's a free kick to Liverpool and a chance to relieve the pressure.
Yeah, I think Origi's going to come on now for Liverpool, just try and stretch the game. Give him a bit of height, Nigel. You know, I said about delivering the balls in. Liverpool have had to hit the balls in low and hard because there's no height in the side at all. And Origi, good memories when he played against Everton, you know, when he got that only goal of the game to give Liverpool all 3 points, and the manager will be hoping he can have a similar impact in this game.
Liverpool with one shot on target in the entire game, and that was Daniel Sturridge from 55 yards. They were the better team in the first half, but although they're playing a United side depleted by 3 first-half injuries, they have not really shown title-winning quality since then. Robertson with a cross in though, looking for Salah at the near post, and it's hooked away by Lindelof, and it will be a corner.
Yeah, it was a better ball in. There was a little bit flatter with more pace on it. Positional play there from Smalling, very good. Liverpool had 2 players in there, Salah being one. The other one was Sturridge coming in behind him.
And there is going to be that final Liverpool change. Don McGuinness.
Well, it's Mo Salah who's just jogging off the pitch now. Liverpool fans, a few cheers from the United fans, and Origi will replace him as well as we approach the 10-minute mark. And Origi just on the pitch now, Salah off.
Cheers, Dom. And both teams have now made all their changes, and Salah unable to get his 50th Premier League goal today. Liverpool corner, works short on the far side towards Origi, and now delivered in from Milner, but it's rather deep, but it's met by Van Dijk at the far post. Wijnaldum will challenge with Pereira. Pogba rises to clear, poked back into the area by the head of Milner, and now a long ball forward for United. Rashford will chase. Alisson outside his penalty area, uses his thigh to find Robertson, and he just booms it clear over the top onto the head of McTominay. And here is Pogba, lofted forward once again. Sanchez looking to out-jump Van Dijk, but that's too big an ask on this occasion. Milner now with the long ball forward. Origi will chase, and he's onside down the right-hand side. Needs some support though inside the penalty area. Divock Origi's first touch is a low cross which is deflected off McTominay. Back towards Origi again. Milner belatedly coming forward on the overlap, and Milner now takes over, and it's his cross high to the far post, headed away by Young. Sturridge will try and regather, and he's found by Wijnaldum, who then slips, challenged by Pereira, and was he caught by Lukaku? He was, and it's a free kick to Liverpool midway inside the United half on the far side.
Well, once again Liverpool have delivered a great ball in from the byline there from Milner. No one attacks the ball at the back post. That's where Sturridge has to come in and attack the ball. He watched the play develop, doesn't get anywhere near it. Easy for United to clear the ball downfield, and then Lukaku once again going in for a challenge on Wijnaldum. No need, another needless free kick to give away, and it just allows Liverpool now to regain possession and about to deliver this ball in from a free kick. Will it be Shaqiri with his left foot, Milner with the right, and now you've got Origi in there, so you've got that extra bit of height inside that 18-yard box.
It's Shaqiri's free kick, which is met by the head of Lukaku at the near post. Robertson wins it back, and Milner looks to turn, and he was caught by Young, and it will be a yellow card for Ashley Young, and another free kick for Liverpool in a dangerous area. Half-time in the Six Nations in Rome. Italy 16, Ireland 12. And we're inside the final 9 minutes here.
Getting a little bit ragged, isn't it, the game? Certainly United have been on the back foot for the last 5 minutes or so. It's Liverpool with plenty of possession of the ball. Just can't create a real opportunity to get the only goal, which could be the only goal in this game, the way things are at the moment. We've been really starved of opportunities.
United heading for their 7th clean sheet of the season, but it would be 5 in their last 7 games in the Premier League. Milner with the free kick. It's a low scuffed one which is cleared away at the near post by Young. He tries to find Shaqiri again, Milner, but United will clear, and Fabinho will go all the way back towards Alisson. 8.5 minutes to play, 0-0.
I think that shot there from Milner, it was a shot. He's trying to catch De Gea, and the post probably sums up the game. For two top sides and the way it's been built up, there's been a real lack of quality.
And Shaqiri cleans out Rashford on this near side, and he will be yellow carded as well.
Yeah, no one needs it. Rashford is going absolutely nowhere, and he's probably going to give the ball away. He's really struggling. He's at walking pace, Rashford. Shaqiri just came and cleaned him out, as you mentioned there. No need. He's going absolutely nowhere. He's overrunning into Marti. And now another cheap free kick you go. Now, there have been loads of them in the last 10 minutes or so.
A point will put Liverpool back on top, and it would be the 19th change in leadership in the Premier League this season. As Pogba plays it back towards Shaw, towards Smalling rather, and now Young on the far side. Pereira, who's done well since coming on. Unaccustomed role for him in such a big game, but United try to build, and then they give the ball away once again, and it will be a throw-in though. The final touch was off a Liverpool man on the far side.
Well, I think if this goes on to be a 0-0, it would be a better point for United. The injuries that they've had for Liverpool, they'll feel, that they should have done better. Playing against a team that's been depleted of some of their better players, the fact that Rashford hasn't been in 100% fitness. I think Liverpool haven't really done enough in this second half. That's been their problem.
Celtic lead Motherwell by 2-0 in the Scottish Football Premier League, and Rangers won 5-0 at Hamilton earlier on today. As Milner plays it forward towards Sturridge, who was going down looking for the free kick with a plaintive look towards Michael Oliver even before his shirt was pulled by Lindelof. But
too tight. Lindelof got too tight there, Nigel. Simple as that. He can't tackle from behind. It's simple. He's got nowhere. He wants to touch. He wants to go to the ground. He wants to get the free kick because he knows he's under a bit of pressure, and Lindelof duly obliged by doing it.
6 minutes to play. How much do Liverpool want it? Here is Wijnaldum, wide to the far side, and Van Dijk. Robertson once again. Origi comes short, but it's into the feet of Mane. Back towards Robertson. who has the space for the cross, but instead goes down the side for Origi. He comes in field. Sturridge and Shaqiri both inside the penalty area. Liverpool fans want the cross delivered. Mane slips at the crucial moment, then regains possession, scoops across high into the penalty area. Lindelof will clear, but it's regathered by Milner and slid wide towards the far side again. Mane into the penalty area for Robertson. The cross was overhit, and despite a lunge from the Scottish international, it's behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, been disappointing, isn't it? The final ball in from Liverpool, any decent areas, not really affected the game. The crosses that have been delivered, and I've got to say United have dealt with them comfortably enough. You know, as a back four, they've done very well. McTominay, he doesn't really shine, he doesn't really showcase. You're not looking and thinking what an exceptional player, but what he does do very, very well is he just screams that back four. The fact that they brought Salah off, he was so ineffective in this game, you know, would be a slight worry. I just think his form in the last few matches is dipped, to be honest. As I say, I've seen him in the last few games. He's not really been at the pace that you would expect him. So many important games coming up for Liverpool.
Inside the final 5 minutes on TalkSport, 0-0. If it stays like this, Liverpool will have 66 points. Manchester City 65, Spurs 60. Arsenal, leading Southampton by 2-0 would have 53. And Manchester United 52 outside the top four. But they would take a point, I think, in the circumstances. They certainly would have taken a point at half-time. Here is Van Dijk, though, for Liverpool, on halfway. As the Liverpool crowd silent for the moment, as the United supporters really get behind their team, and their support has been unstinting throughout the second half. Now Fabinho, finding Sturridge in a central area, clipped over the top, poor ball into the arms of De Gea.
Yeah, I mean, that's just poor management there from Sturridge. That ball was never on. There was never enough room to play the ball in behind. I think this season, and Nigel, you know the stats, I think Liverpool have scored in every away game this season so far, is that right?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's still what's on offer with 4 minutes to go and any added on time. That belief that they've done it in the previous 13 games, that they can still do it in this one. One golden opportunity in the game for United. You know, they've not had many clean sheets this season, particularly here at Old Trafford. They've just got to keep that shape, keep that discipline. It's been a bit of a rearguard action for the majority of the game. They had a little spell at the start of the second half where certainly there's a bit more about them. But Liverpool have gradually wore them down in a lot of possession, but just not done enough with it.
3 minutes to play. The Carabao Cup final coming up on TalkSport at 4:30. Commentary of Chelsea against Manchester City with Jim Proudfoot, Stuart Pearce and David Moyes. Of course, there must be a winner there today. But at the moment, no winner here. Fabinho, though, for Liverpool. Midway inside the United half, finding Shaqiri. Now Sturridge in space to the right of the penalty area. Milner calling for the ball on the overlap, but Sturridge goes to the left and it's a good ball. Now Robertson with a cross high into the area. Sturridge was challenging, headed away as far as Milner, but Sturridge has been penalised for a push on Shaw.
Shaw's been brilliant, isn't he? Absolutely outstanding. I mean, people question his defensive capabilities, but I think he's shown today, you know, positional play's been very good, and he's been competitive when it comes to the tackle. Anything in the air, he's worked really hard. He marked Mo Salah for the majority of the game, and hence the reason why Salah's gone off. But he's an attacking option. Hardly seen him get forward. It was so unusual for Luke Shaw, and particularly when Martial plays. Them two work very well in tandem together. Today, that's not been the way that United have played. He's been a defender today more often than not, and he's done it to very good effect.
Liverpool won the Merseyside derby back in December in the final moments against Everton at Anfield. What can they do here at Old Trafford inside the final 2 minutes? It remains 0-0 on TalkSport. Liverpool will be going top again, but the lead would only be a point. But now Milner, good footwork from him down the right. He's been hauled down by Shaw, and it will be a free kick for Liverpool midway inside the United half.
Yeah, he may be lucky to get away without a yellow card there, Shaw, because once again Alexis Sanchez didn't really do his defensive duties there. He got caught out of position. Milner, good footwork to get away from him, and Shaw came in with the all-important challenge to give away the free kick, if you like, because there's an overload with Shaqiri down this right-hand side.
Shaqiri over the free kick, but it's Milner high into the penalty area, nodded away well by McTominay, another youngster who's done really well for Manchester United this afternoon. Now Young can bring it forward, wide on the far side, the right. Is there a sting in the tail at the end of this game? Well, there's a clumsy challenge on Young, by Wijnaldum, and it will be a free kick to United.
Yeah, clever there, wasn't from Ashley Young. Actually showed good pace to break forward from the right back position. Didn't have much ahead of him. Wijnaldum came across, he just flicked it past him, sort of ran into Wijnaldum. He got a yellow card for his troubles as well. And look at United, look at the numbers they've got behind the ball, Nigel, there, and they're just falling forward. I was just wondering if they wanted to go and win the game or not. They've got so many bodies behind the ball.
Young is over the free kick. Smalling is currently having a shoving match with Fabinho behind the back of the referee, Michael Oliver. And it's Young's free kick, which is met well by Matip, but Liverpool have no real outball, so here is Lindelof finding McTominay. 10 seconds of normal time to play. Pogba works it wide towards the far side, and Lukaku's cross goes a long way and just wide.
Well, I thought Smalling was going to get a touch on that, you know, he didn't really throw himself at it. What a ball in there, he's whipped it in with real pace, it's always angling across the goal. It looked like someone from United's point of view had to get a touch on it. I know he's going to go on his left foot and he's going to just whip it in. Someone's got to go and close him down. Tell you what, it was lucky none of the Liverpool players got a touch on that when it was delivered in from Lukaku. Real whip on it. Maybe Smalling wouldn't have got there anyway, but he should have just thrown his leg at it, just tried to get something on it, and if he did, there was no way Alisson was keeping it out.
Only 2 minutes of added time at the end of the game. Of course, most of the changes were in the first half, and the trainers have not been on since half-time. Do Liverpool have one final moment? Wijnaldum forward towards Mane on the edge of the penalty area. Robertson was the further ball wide to the left, but the ball was cut out by Young, and he will just knock it long downfield, and Van Dijk will get there before Rashford and find Alisson. And we played a minute of added time.
See, when Rashford sprints like that, you wonder what's wrong with him. You know, what's his injury problem?
He's run it off.
Well, I'm not sure he has, to be honest, but Liverpool have looked out of sorts in the final third, haven't they? And haven't really done enough. I've got the work rate though. Lukaku's done a sterling job trying to track Robertson all the way. Been down this right, the left of Manchester United, where maybe getting Milner involved a little bit more in behind Alexis Sanchez, who's been caught ball watching a few times.
Shaqiri infield towards Fabinho, and Liverpool continue to retain possession here, but we only have 20 seconds of the 2 minutes of added time to play. Now Wijnaldum, United here dropping very deep to protect the point, as Michael Oliver has a long look at the watch. Here is Shaqiri, a high ball into the penalty area, looking for Origi. It's headed away, and Michael Oliver blows the full-time whistle, and Liverpool are back on top of the